I'm gonna handle trouble, no matter what kind of trouble. Handle. Sofian Amrabat is left out of the Morocco squad. He has been ejected from the squad. According to his boss, the reason is to allow him recover fully so that he has a good adventure on his new Manchester United expeditions. That should be a good thing. Is the Morocco coach a Manchester United supporter? I hope so. But guys, this song Trouble that I've started the show with today is not because I think that's the biggest trouble United has had in a long time. Sofian Amrabat being injured, according to reports, he has been replaced in the squad. As it seems, the injury is not so huge, so we shouldn't be so worried about it. But guys, who is behind all the troubles that Manchester United has seen in the last 3 years? To be honest, guys, we need to talk about it, and honestly, you're doomed if you talk, doomed if you don't. Look at those images on your screen. They define Manchester United in the past 3 years, and they are all not good. Let me talk about it, guys. I won't fear. Subscribe to the hotspot. My name is Web, and let me take you back to our 3 years and where we've been. Maybe this will give you a good appreciation of where we are right now and where we're headed. Listen, in the last 3 years at Manchester United, 3 women have accused Anthony of assault, and 1 is set to do a TV interview about it. This is about to happen. It hasn't yet happened. Sancho has made a statement saying he has been scapegoated. Now, I'm starting with the most recent ones. I started with Sofian Amrabat's injury. Rasmus Højlund was injured, bought for £72 million in total, but injured, cannot play for about 3 games. Only came in to play his debut against Arsenal. Manchester United for you. Yet, he was our most important signing. United has been craving a striker for the longest time. So, Sancho releases a statement saying he's being scapegoated. Past 3 years at Manchester United, the whole Mason Green situation and how awfully Richard Arnold handled it. That's still at Manchester United in just 3 years. 3 years ago was 2020. Yes, just before COVID. 2020. The whole Mason Green situation and how hopefully Richard Arnold handled it. The takeover being dragged on, that is by the Glazers, and now the staff are turning on the Glazers and they are leaking stories. Look at the stories that have been linked from Manchester United. There are stories, to be honest, that have been linked, and we are all thinking, how did this one come out, really? How did this come out? It shows a whole unit of, discoordination, a whole disorganized unit of no togetherness at all. Now, let's go on. Ronaldo goes on Piers Morgan disrespecting Erik ten Hag. Then he goes in on how bad this club is being run and how bad its owners are. Past 3 years of being a Manchester United supporter or a Red Devil, a faithful of the biggest football club in the world. Remember how Eric Bailly came out and said the club favors British players? Past 3 years at Manchester United. I also remind you of Bailey again, who came out and says that he slammed Harry Maguire and his teammates, saying, all forms of bad things about them. I don't want to go back deep into them. But Eric Bailly, who just left to go to Besiktas, joined us in 2016, but left just last week earlier this week actually, to go and join Besiktas in Turkey. But making comments and slamming his captain, Harry Maguire, and his teammates. Lingard, do you remember Lindsay? Jesse Lingard falling out with the club over not getting a loan move, so they give him a holiday. You do remember Jesse Lingard, Manchester United. This is an academy boy falling out like that with the club. Not good at all. Lingard and Martial again were in the papers in the past 3 years. And for going on social media to call Ralf Rangnick a liar, that man in your right corner, calling him a liar because of statements he was making about them. These are players out in the media going on their manager. Then, do you remember the statements Ronaldo said about Rangnick? He did not know him, he had never seen him. Guys, past 3 years of being a Manchester United supporter, this is what we have endured, and this is to give you strength and say, guys, we've seen the worst, so we should have all the hope. Rangnick calling out the club, basically he was saying half the squad have the wrong attitude and the board have no clue at all. He said Manchester United needed an open heart surgery. We needed open heart surgery, according to Ralph Ragnick. You remember? And it seemed to be true later on, eventually, when we saw it. Probably that open heart surgery is a bit of what we are getting from Erik ten Hag. I feel like he's tried under the circumstances. Marcos Rojo, you remember that Argentine flop of ours, going out on Harry Maguire, and they have a big bust up with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the boss back then, for playing Maguire over him. Rojo, for some reason, I think because he could play both left back and centre back, he was saying, how does Maguire start ahead of me? That is Marcos Rojo for you. Manchester United for you. The past 3 years of being Manchester United supporter and loving the Red Devils. Another one, multiple dressing room team leaks. I told you about those, how things leak from the dressing room, what happened in the dressing room and what have you. Past 3 years at Manchester United. Terrible stuff in it. Now, you remember how Anthony Martial had an interview slamming Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Jose Mourinho for statements made about him and how he felt they had sidelined him. Manchester United, just 3 years. All these are huge scandals in football, in a professional football club like this, happening in just the past 3 years. Do you remember how Manchester United spent, I think should have been the last summer, not this one, the last summer of last year, trying to sign not only what's his name, the Barcelona guy whom Richard Arnold and his team were all over flights trying to sign, only to fail. De Jong. We are trying so much to sign Luke De Jong. We failed drastically at the 11th hour, and we came back with Eriksen, who was for free. But in that same window, United were trying to sign Marko Arnautovic. And the fans went out and, launched an outburst. The way, I think it was worse than we saw with Mason Greenwood when it was reported that they had confirmed him back in the squad for United. The outburst we saw with talks of us signing Arnautovic, I think outbursts, they just called it off immediately. They called it off immediately. This is Manchester United for you in the past 3 years. The fans' outrage was over racist comments that he had made before. Luke Shaw coming out and admitting that a lot of Man United players weren't 100% committed. That is, again, Manchester United. Remember in the 2021-2022 season, that's Luke Shaw who came out, because Luke Shaw has been there. He has been there for a long time at the club. So, that's United for you. Past 3 years of supporting the Red Devils. Do you remember Lingard telling Scholes how the dressing room was a mess? Jesse Lingard coming out and telling Paul Scholes, the legend of the club, how the dressing room at Manchester United was a mess. In the past same 3 years, Maguire had a situation in Greece. You recall his Greece situation when he went, I think, on holiday and he got issues with the law there. Harry Maguire. Guys, did you recall, probably the epitome of it, how the Glazers and Ed Woodward were in bed with this Real Madrid boss, Florentino Perez, trying to form their own breakaway Super League, where Ed Woodward being the one of the master planners of this, the masterminds of it. Guys, no other top club has had this much drama, and you beg the question, what befell Manchester United? What's happening? Why is it that when things seem to be going right, something wrong happens? Like drama after drama after drama after drama. Why isn't it party after party after party after party? Why aren't we celebrating? Why are we drama after drama after drama after drama? I think I might do a remix of that song by Big Trill. Party after party. It was drama after drama. Drama after drama. Because man, look at what in the world is this? This is the biggest football club in the world. Yes, we know we lost a great manager, and yes, it was always going to affect us, but not to this level. I mean, we should be able to control, for example, dressing room talk, the leaked secrets. There are certain secrets that should not come out, in the ears of these naysayers, these waiting Arsenal supporters. I mean, the rot inside the club should be protected to some point. These things, by the way, happen in all clubs. Players go out on each other, attack each other. Managers attack players. The dressing room can get a mess at times, but they cannot be leaking like this in real time. They can't. It shows you that there is no control, there is no leadership in the club, guys. Isn't it obvious? Let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. Isn't this obvious? We are signing injured players. Yes, we love them. They are important. But why are we signing injured players when we are desperate for players? Why on earth are we in this situation where even the Saudi transfer window has closed without us selling a single player to Saudi? It shows you that we're a club that lacks leadership. We've spent over £1 billion in the past few seasons to sign players, but we have failed to sign the right people to give our club the firmness it has got to have. So for me, that's a bit of a worrying thing. We're in a worrying situation, to be honest, because, I mean, you think about all this and you're thinking, where is this club headed? What more? What next is going to happen? We know now what's going on with Anthony Dos Santos. So Anthony Dos Santos is having this girl coming up and all other girls coming up. Probably there will be more coming up and alleging that he did all these forms of things about him. This is how they start as jokes, but they eventually, turn up to be serious, and you never recover. Guys, you never recover from such. The king of R&B, of pop, I think that's what, is it R&B and pop? Or who? R. Kelly, one of the best musicians of all time. This is how it started. One girl coming out and claiming things, allegations, and then all the others got the confidence to come up, and before you know it, hell broke loose on him. And where is he now? Gone. So why is this happening to Manchester United players? Why is it happening? Well, I'm not saying it doesn't happen to other clubs at all, but I mean, we're a big club like this. We should be better than this. We should be able to protect certain things, but this is where, but also the advent of social media makes it difficult. But why, my question is, social media is everywhere. Why is it affecting United more? It's because we have more drama than everyone else, and we have poorer systems than everyone else. I think we have poorer systems. If with the leadership at Manchester City, I don't think such would come out. Yet I'm sure worse things happen at Manchester City. Pep Guardiola, by his very nature as a manager, his character, players talk about him as a difficult manager to deal with. He's good, but he's so difficult, and at times whatever he demands of players does not make them happy. But you don't hear a lot of things that happen in the dressing room at Man City and the clubs he manages come out, because there is good leadership at these clubs. So for me, just to answer my own question, what is happening at Manchester United? I think it's obvious. It's the one problem. The Manchester United problem has got one name, and it's the Glazers. Unfortunately, it's one name, but it's plural. The Glazers. That's the problem of Manchester United. Poor leadership. No wonder the club is now an all-time low in terms of valuation. It's valued at its value dropped this week to by about 500 million pounds, million US dollars. Now that's a lot of money. It has never happened in the history of its existence. So it shows you that whatever drama that we are enduring right now is affecting everything that we are, that defines us, and that makes us the big Manchester United that we are. Question is, how is it going to be solved? For me, there is only one way. How? Glazers out. Simple. Glazers out. That's just part of the drama. I did not tell you about how Harry Maguire got the captaincy in 6 months and he was stripped a few years later. I did not tell you about that that drama. There is a lot of drama at Manchester United, and for some reason we can't hold it all together. Our dirty linen is always out there. Who is leaking it? The staff. Why? Because they're not in support of the management. They also see the bad things happening at the club, the wrong things happening at the club, and somehow they can't do nothing about it. But, guys, I'm saving this for last. With all this drama and everything that we are enduring right now, for me, there is hope that at the end of the tunnel, there is going to be light. And when it shines, it will be bright. And when it's bright, Manchester United will ascend back to its might. I hope you're all right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.